Greetings to you guys. So I just wanted to make a video about my 5 top 10 personal pet peeves for my art. I know a lot of art channels have these types of videos, but this is my first video that I really have put a lot of effort into on YouTube, and I had no other ideas. So yeah, let's go! Okay, so my first pet peeve is when I'm trying something new with my art style and I just ended up getting dragged for it. It's really super frustrating when I put something new into my art and people just don't understand it enough, so they complain about it. Like, let's say a little while ago, I started to draw a new type of eye where I draw a fairly large circle on the face instead of a C shape, which was what I was doing before. I was really proud of it, and I really liked how I started this style. I showed it to someone close to me who's normally really supportive of my art no matter what I draw, and they started complaining and ranting and saying things like, "Why is her eye popping out of her head? It looks like there's a balloon where her eye should be." And I get it, it's trying to be constructive criticism or whatever, but I've never been good with criticism, and it was kind of annoying. Especially since I'm really proud when I do something like that, and it was frustrating, that's all. So my second pet peeve is when people who aren't necessarily professional artists or whatever, and they don't really draw that much, and they think they know freaking everything. They start to criticize my art in a way where it just doesn't relate to my style, and they're telling me it should be this way instead of how I have it, and they're telling me how it's wrong, and it just frustrates me when they complain and they're like, "Oh wow, you're so good, I can't even draw a circle," and start to say things like that. And then they say something like, "Your art would be really better and different because of this reason if you had it like this and blah blah blah." It's sort of just frustrating, and yeah. My third pet peeve, and this one is kind of tying to the last one, in a way. It's when people criticize my art for being really unrealistic. Like, no crap, it's unrealistic. It's cartoon anime. That's my style type. And I know I draw my hands like triangles and my fingers like rectangles. I don't need someone to point it out. That's what makes my style so unique to myself, and it took me a really long time to perfect it and be comfortable showing it to people, especially since I used to be able to draw a pretty good anime, and I just kind of stopped because it was not fun anymore. My fourth pet peeve, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to this, is the pen to paper disconnection with your mind. You start to get like this inspiration and you think you have such a great idea on something to draw and you planned it out in your head so perfectly, and then you just have all these amazing ideas to put on the paper, and like you have great ideas for what you can do with it after you finish it and where you're going to show it, and then it never works. Your mind made too much of a perfect image. It was like a freaking, you're in the desert and you see this mirage. You never get there, and you just keep messing up, and it ends up really, really bad, so you just give up, which is frustrating, because I hate giving up on my art. So, I think my last pet peeve is mostly personal to me, and I feel like this is one of my main flaws with my art, but I'm always changing my original character, and I have a really bad habit of just changing so many little different things about her, and my other characters too, but mostly my main. And I see them as improvements sometimes, but other times people just get confused because I'll show them something and then they'll be like, "Wait, it was completely different yesterday. Like, why does she have a different haircut?" or something like that. And I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing. I don't know why my mind is always changing like this. And my art is just, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I just definitely think some people get frustrated with it. I know I do, but that's just me, so, I mean, whatever. So, yeah, those were my top 5 art pet peeves. Thank you so much for watching. This is my first YouTube video that I'm putting a lot of effort into, as I said before. I don't really know if this is gonna get much attention, but I'm happy I made it. And I've wanted to make something like this for a really long time, and I'm glad I did. So,